Hello to those of you who are watching this online or the recording. We're just waiting for people to come into the room and we'll start in a few minutes. So good morning and welcome to those of you who have braved the weather and come onto campus. It's very good to have you in the room. And also hello to those of you who are either watching the live stream or the recording later on. My name's Jane Harford and I'm currently the course coordinator for the Bachelor of Health Science programs and also the Bachelor of Letters and the Diploma in Health Science and the Associate Degree in Health Sciences. Before we commence, I would like to acknowledge that I have the privilege of living and working on unceded Kaurna land. I'd like to recognise the continuing connection to country for Aboriginal people in particular, and in particular Kaurna people, and I would like to pay my respects to all Aboriginal people, and particularly any people in the room or who are watching this online. We have a fairly quick program this morning, a couple of hours. In a minute I'll introduce you to our academic lead, Ivanka, and then I'll talk to you a little bit about the course and make sure that we've highlighted all of the key essentials that we hope you will make sure that you have in place this week to ensure that you're ready to hit the ground running next week. And I would say, even although formally teaching starts next week, I would encourage you to have a look at your topic sites this week because you may need to have some work done for Monday or Tuesday. Rowena Slim, who is our Student Engagement Coordinator, will talk to you a little bit about some of the things that could be important for you as first year students. I know some of you will have already done some study, but we recognise that a lot of people who are starting with us this semester, this will be your first time at university. So we want to make sure that we're taking good care of you. And Rowena will also talk about safety on campus as well, and some initiatives that we'd like you to be aware of. We have some students who will come and talk to you, some student representatives who will come and talk to you about being student representatives and the role of student reps, but also there's a Health Science Students Club as well. And one of the students has kindly agreed to talk to you a little bit about things they wish they knew when they started their degree. And then we'll have time for any questions, and we're hoping to, we have a plan to take those of you who are in the room on a tour of the campus, just so that you know the key places. We'll see how the weather goes with that. So I'd like to hand over to Ivanka Pritchard, who is our academic lead in health sciences.
Thank you very much, Jane. So I would like to start by acknowledging that the lands that I'm talking from today, the traditional lands of the Kaurna people, and given that we're in an education setting as well, to take a moment to think about all the people that have passed knowledge across the generations and pay our respects to those elders past, present and emerging that continue to pass knowledge through the generations as well. I'd like to formally welcome you to the Bachelor of Health Sciences. As Jane mentioned, my name's Ivanka Pritchard. I'm an Associate Professor in Health Sciences here in the College of Nursing and Health Sciences at Flinders and the academic lead. So that means I just provide, I suppose, an external face for the discipline to the university and outside of the university, know general things about the degree, not as much intimate knowledge as our wonderful course coordinator Jane does about the degree or the study plans, but I support a team. We have a wonderful team within health sciences of educators who are truly talented individuals that you'll get to meet over the next however many years your journey takes you through health sciences. Some of the first year coordinators are here today, so you'll get to have a bit more of a chat to them. I traditionally have taught into second, third and fourth year, so into our honours program as well. And have a psychology background. And you'll find that lots of the staff across that you are exposed to within health sciences come from a really beautiful and eclectic range of places. So we have people with backgrounds in public health, nutrition, sociology, psychology, human bioscience, Indigenous health. I'm trying to think of where else our people come from. They come from everywhere. And so you'll get to meet those and then be exposed to the wonderful skill sets and experiences that they have as well. So I would just encourage every student to make the most of connecting with the teaching staff that you come across and ask them as many questions as you can. There's no wrong question, there's no stupid question, there's just great questions that help us learn more about the concepts that we're studying, learn more about ourselves as people. And I did also want to take a moment to congratulate you for thinking about and progressing towards a career in health. Health is such a rewarding place to be, and there's an amazing diversity and range of potential career experiences that can happen from just starting off in a general health space. And that ranges from things that we don't even know about yet in the digital health space, let's say, to our traditional allied health professions such as OT and physiotherapy. I think that might be it from me. I don't know. Just welcome and enjoy. Yeah? This is like, being a uni student's awesome. I remember being a student. I haven't actually left the university, I'm still here, that's how much I've loved it here. So enjoy every moment that you can through that experience and time. Thank you.
Thanks, Ivanka. Can I just reiterate the three most important things you can do at uni is ask questions, ask questions, ask questions. Okay? So moving on to me. So I've already introduced myself briefly, and I should follow on from Ivanka's prompt and tell you a little bit about myself. So my current role, and the reason that I'm standing here today, is because I'm currently the course coordinator for those suite of programs that I mentioned earlier. I've been at Flinders for just over 6 years, and prior to coming here I was working in a dental public health research unit at Adelaide Uni, but I have an eclectic history, I guess you would say. I'm eclectic in my own right. I have been a registered nurse. I've worked in the Commonwealth Government in the aged care program there, and I've spent time working in a public hospital in medical administration. The hospital closed down shortly after I left, not related to my presence or my departure. And I've worked in a number of university departments over the years as well. So I've got a mix of experiences, all of which I find really help to inform my teaching and also give me some interesting stories to tell in tutes. These are my contact details. The best way to contact me if you wish to talk with me or ask questions is by email. I do have a landline in my office, but I'm not at my desk often enough for you to be likely to catch me if you call. So email is always the best way to start a conversation with me. One of the things that we want to ensure today is that you have all of the kind of administrivia that needs to be in place sorted out for you. So I have spoken to most people in the room, and I gather we've got at least one person who's doing the Diploma of Health Sciences. Is there anyone else doing the diploma? Okay. Psychology specialisation? Good. Therapy studies specialisation? Okay, that's a popular one with us. No specialisation? Yep. And health management? Yep, okay. And you can see that there's quite a range of specialisations that are available as well in the BHS, as well as the associate degree and diploma. And we also have a Bachelor of Letters, which is for people who have already graduated, but who want to come back and do some health sciences study, often as a stepping stone to future study. You will want to access Wi-Fi when you're on campus. You can log into Edurome, which is the Universities Australia Wi-Fi network, and once you're logged into Edurome here, you can access it pretty much on any university campus in the country. And you just log into it using your Flinders University credentials, which I hope you have sorted now. You have a FAN and a password and can access the university systems. If that's not the case, I recommend that you get onto that as a matter of urgency. And if you're having any difficulties, contact the support people for that. You'll also need a student ID card. In the olden days, that was really important for borrowing books from the library. You can log into the library and access quite a bit of what you need electronically these days, but you may need it if you are using a concession card for public transport or other matters like that. So I would strongly encourage you to make sure that you have that sorted as well. The university has a fabulous new students website where the university has collated all of the information or links to all of the information that our first year students have told us over the years has been useful to them. So again, using the compass, so at the top of the this menu here, you can click on students and it will bring up all of the student related content. That's on the Flinders Uni website. So obviously you've all enrolled because you got an invitation to come to the O-Week activities and you found this session. The other thing that's really important is to enrol in your classes, in your topics. And as first semester students, we very, 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 very strongly recommend that you take the research and study skills topic in your commencing semester. That topic ensures that you have exposure to key skills and information that will be assumed in other topics that you have that's important for student success. It's designed to get you off to a good start as students, but also to help you to start thinking about your career planning as well. So if you're not enrolled in that topic, I strongly recommend that you return to the student system and reconsider your registration. And of course, if you have any questions about topics, you can contact me or Roweda, who will introduce herself in a few minutes, to get clarification about that. Once you've enrolled in the topic, you also need to make sure that you're registered for tutorials if you're an on-campus student, or if your topic has online tutorials for online students, to register in one of those as well. There's a relatively new requirement for students to have this thing called a unique student identifier, and that will follow students now around whichever tertiary institutions they enrol in. And it's really important that you obtain that and that you provide it to the university. Around week 4 or week 5, the university needs to report information to the Commonwealth Government and must have that number for you in order to do that, and won't be able to continue your enrolment in topics if they don't have it. So for students who haven't provided that number, there'll be a flurry of really annoying emails that come to you asking you to get it sorted out, including probably one from me. So if you have not yet organised that number, I really encourage you to get that done fairly soon. Okay, some of you will be taking topics on campus in the sort of the traditional way, where you come to classes, physical classes, and sit in rooms with a teacher and other students. Some of you will be studying fully online, or some of you might be taking some topics online or on campus. All of our topics, whether you're taking them online or on campus, have an electronic presence. So we have what's called a learning management system. So it's an online system where most of the resources that you will need for your learning and most of the communication within your topics will take place. And if you're studying online, your classes, if you have tutorials, will also occur in that place. We're in the process of the moment of transitioning from a system, one learning management system to another. And for most of you, most of your topics will be in the new system called Canvas. And you can access Canvas from Okta. There's a little tab in Okta. Can I just get a sense, have you found Okta? Okay, good. The other one is Flow, which is short for Flinders Learning Online. And Flow is the system that we have been using and that will be closed out at the end of the semester. Most of your topics will be in Canvas, and certainly your topics with us, your HLTH coded topics, will be in Canvas. There may be some topics in other colleges, if you're taking a topic somewhere else, that are still in Flow. So if you can't find a topic in one place, have a look for it in the other. In addition to that, a lot of the resources that are really useful for you as students will sit in Flow until the end of the year, so haven't yet moved to Canvas. So some of you might be asked in your topic to make sure that you've completed the academic integrity module or you've completed the library world module. Those are still sitting in Flow. You'll get information and there'll be links and everything, but you might find that you're switching between the systems. So don't be put off by that. It's just that we're in a period of transition, and next year everything will be in Canvas. But if you you've all said you found Okta, so you'll be able to find both Flow and Canvas there. Are there any questions about getting information about your learning activities or your topics? Yeah. Okay. 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 I will follow that up and just check to make, it may have moved and I'm not aware, and I'll post an announcement through the BHS General Information Flow site and an email will go to every student confirming where it is. Okay. Was that the only question? Okay. Good. So you'll be aware that those of you who are in the room are on the Sturt campus, and that Flinders sits on a number of campuses. 3 of them are down here are sitting around Bedford Park and Tonsley. Some of them are in other cities and some of them are in other states, but for most of you this is the area where, when you're on campus, you'll be inhabiting. It's a really delightful walk between here and the main campus, and the main campus is where you'll find some key services that don't have a full-time presence down here. And look, there are some great facilities up there. The catering up there is way better than the catering down here. I should put that on the recording, should I? And the FUSA, the Student Association, Oasis, there's a number of services up there that have great facilities that you might find useful. And for some of you, some of your learning will happen up there with topics taught up there. So if you're doing topics in psychology or topics in biology or chemistry or medicine and public health, you'll do those up on the main campus. There's a walk through across the hills and across the gully, across the lovely bridge that's very delightful. Depending on how quickly you walk, it takes between 10 and 20 minutes. And it's great if the weather's fine. If the weather's not fine, if it's a day like today, there are a number of loop buses that you can take, free buses that just circle around the campuses. So From Sturt, they generally go in a clockwise direction up to the main campus, follow the ring road around and usually make a stop somewhere around biology or one of the sciences buildings or education. Come back round, a lot of them duck in to the railway station and then some of them duck back in here and go down to Tonsley campus. So there's a range of buses and they run fairly regularly. So they're a good option. And I'll show you the icon for the app that you can use on your phone to track where the buses are on the route and see when you want to make a decision about whether you walk or wait for a bus, you can see how far away the buses are. If you drive to campus, you'll need to organise a parking permit every time you park, any time, Monday to Friday, 9am to 5pm. There's an app, and I'll show you the icon for that as well. You need to register and provide some payment details, a credit card, for example, before you can actually activate a parking session. There's a Facebook group called Overheard at Flinders, which you can all join, where people regularly post when the parking inspectors are doing a round, and it seems to be fairly regular. So I recommend that you don't play Russian roulette with the parking. And of course, there's a train station down by Flinders Medical Centre, which opened a couple of years ago, which is a great way to get to campus if you have access to any of the train network and want to avoid the hassle of parking. In the first few weeks of semester, parking can be quite difficult because there are a lot of people who come on campus. So if you're planning on coming on campus, it's worth being here early in the day if you can, or if that's not a possibility, arriving in plenty of time to park quite a way up the hill and allow 10 or 15 minutes to walk to whichever class you're going to. But it settles down after about week 4. Okay, so finding your way around, there are 3 apps that are particularly useful for you while you're here. Lost on Campus is an app that will tell you where to find places, rooms and buildings on campus. You'll need to work through a little bit of preliminary content telling them where you are, but once you're there you can put in the names of rooms and buildings, and it will, if you've got your location turned on, it will show you a route from where you are to where you want to go to. And it often has a photograph of the door, the entrance to the space, but sometimes you'll need to find your way to that space inside the building. So it will take you to the building, but not necessarily to that door. Bus Minder is where you can find information about where the loop buses are, and Solo Park is the app that you'll need to use if you want to pay for parking while you're on campus. We will put these slides up on the BHS General Information Flow site so you can come back to them. Okay. Flinders University, like all organisations, has a human rights obligation to ensure that the campus and learning is accessible to everybody. So there are some tours, particularly for one-on-one tours, particularly for people who have a disability that may prevent them from joining a group tour, to be able to have a tour around campus, become familiarised with the campus, and to look at whether there are any access issues that need to be sorted out before they start learning. So if you think that that's something that would be useful to you, there are a couple of links there that you can go to. Flinders also has a bunch of scholarships, and there are dozens, if not hundreds, of scholarships for students around the place. Often they're quite small, but they're substantial enough to be useful for students, to help students who are living on tight cash flows, for example, or who have unexpected expenses, to be able to manage those. The eligibility for those is often quite broad, and I encourage you to have a look at the scholarships information. You may be surprised at what you find there. There's lots of opportunities for those. Most of them are not reliant on any particular academic criteria. They're there intended to help improve access for students at university. Some of your topics will have required textbooks. If they do, that information will be available to you on the Canvas or Flow site. Many of us don't use a single textbook for the topic. We draw from a range of sources and make those available electronically online. So check the information that's provided by your topic coordinator, and often there'll be a number of options available to you if there is a textbook. And if you do want to buy particularly a hard copy of a textbook, that's probably something that you should get onto fairly early. Sometimes they're delivered very quickly, sometimes there's a bit of a delay. Okay. I'd like now to introduce you to the topic coordinators who coordinate the core first year topics in the BHS. So hopefully all of you are doing 2 or 3 core topics this semester. Some of you might even be doing 4. And so we thought it would be helpful for you to be able to put a face to a name and just to see how lovely the staff in our team are. So I'm going to start with Rowena, who coordinates the human bioscience topic.
So hi everyone, and welcome to Flinders University first semester. So as Jane said, I'm the topic coordinator for human bioscience. So during this semester, you're gonna learn about a general introduction or general knowledge about your human body systems, about anatomy and physiology, and I promise you it's gonna be fun learning. So you're gonna do heaps of fun experiments. So it's gonna be learning by doing fun activities. And also you're going to have opportunities, if you're doing it face-to-face, to dissect few specimens, whether a lamb heart, see a few cadaver specimens, and also maybe use horse blood, in case you're not, let's say, you're not scared of a blood. For online students as well, it's going to be fun learning human anatomy and physiology. So if you need help, make sure that you contact me as soon as possible. And also you'll find that all the tutors will be very supportive. Okay, wish you all the best.
I'm going to stand in for Matt in particular for the research and study skills topic. Matt and Tori share coordination. Tori takes semester 1, Matt takes semester 2. So Matt will be your topic coordinator for this topic this semester. Poor Matt's in Canada at a conference at the moment and can't be with us. But he did ask me to welcome you and to say that he's looking forward to working with you. And as I mentioned earlier, that topic is really an introduction to some key skills that will support you in your learning throughout your degree, and really should be done in your first semester of enrolment, just in case I didn't already say that. Tracy Ann Rankin will talk to you about the Indigenous health topic.
Thank you, Jane. Yeah. Namani, I hope you're all well. I'm a non-Indigenous or non-Aboriginal woman. I grew up on the lands of the Dharawal, Darug and Gundungurra peoples in New South Wales, and now I live on beautiful Garneyata. And I'm very grateful to Garneyata for taking care of me and taking care of my family. And also would like to just speak to what Ivanka was talking about, and Jane has mentioned as well, that this has been a place of learning since time immemorial and continues to be a place of learning for Aboriginal peoples, Kaurna people. So Indigenous health for health sciences is maybe the topic name doesn't tell you what it's about, and it's actually about having and developing a strengths-based approach and understanding to working with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities and individuals. So we do a lot of thinking about how we know what we know, which is a really big idea, but it's a really fabulous idea to get your head around. And that the way that we know and the way that we think produces our actions or shapes our actions, and that's really important to think about when we're working with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities and individuals. So there's a lot of thinking about self, which can be unsettling and uncomfortable, but it's a really important way to understand how it is that we'll work with other people, not just as patients and clients, but also as peers and leaders. It's a really fabulous topic because it's taught with at least 2, if not 3 teachers in the room, and Jessie, who's here with me today, is one of the teachers in the topic as well. And there's a lot of activities, which is really fun because you get to know your peers through doing the work together, and also you can support each other in the learning. I'm new to the topic too, so I'm still getting to get my head around it. But it's also really important to know that being a non-Aboriginal person in the space of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people's health and wellbeing, you may never fully know, you may always be learning, and that's a really important thing to know, that you'll always be learning. And that's a position I'll be holding for the rest of my life. And what I wanted to say about myself personally is that I took a very long time to complete my undergraduate degree, and if you do 1 topic a semester or 2 topics a semester, it may go against what you would like, Jane, but I think that's okay. We're going to do a tag team now.
It's always better to finish. It doesn't matter how you get there, okay?
Yeah.
The key is to reach your goal.
Yeah. So full-time load can be a lot, and if you feel like it is a lot, you can always step back to going part-time, and I encourage that. And going part-time can sometimes mean you get to spend more time thinking deeply about the topics, if that's something you want to do. I'm also someone who studied here at Flinders and is here at Flinders, but before that I was in early childhood education for a very long time, and that's still a passion of mine. That's about me. Now I'm going to hand over to my colleague Jen. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Jen and I warmly welcome you today, and also to the topic that I take, interpersonal and interprofessional communication. So I might start off talking about me first. I'm also a Flinders student. I've been here on and off for 20 years. Ivanka, who you met earlier, was my tutor in my first year, so I'm very passionate about studying here, working here. It's a fantastic place to be, and I'm really excited to be able to support you in your studies as you're learning interpersonal communication skills, which are important in your personal lives as well as within your professional careers. So it's a really engaging topic. Whether you're an online student or an on-campus student, you will attend weekly tutorials where you'll be talking to people, practicing those communication skills. It's really engaging. So throughout the topic, you'll learn interpersonal and interprofessional skills within the context of health, disability and human services, but you'll also learn about reflective practice, ethical practice, how to be culturally safe in communication, and also how to work in teams and to manage conflict within teams. So there is a great group work experience within the topic where you'll come up with a presentation and present that live in your tutorials, whether that's on campus or online. And you'll be well supported by your tutor or myself, so please reach out with any questions you have. Let us know early if you're having any issues so that we can support you with those. You'll be in really good hands with the tutors in the topic. They're really, really experienced and knowledgeable about interpersonal skills. So we look forward to meeting you then, and welcome.
Thank you. And back to me. So another core topic that you will do either this semester or in semester 1 next year, if you're studying full-time, is contemporary health issues. And that topic introduces you to a number of themes. One is to develop an understanding of the Australian healthcare system and to start thinking about your future role in that system, but also to look at some of the broader forces apart from the healthcare system that influences our health, and also to look at how policies might influence how well people are able to access health services and how they enable better health outcomes. So starting to think about what role government plays in our health, but also in the management of the health service. And particularly given in Australia that we have a very large component of our healthcare system that's publicly funded, and some parts of it, particularly public hospitals, are publicly provided. So that's a key piece of the puzzle that will help you to have your appreciation of health in Australia. And like magic, our student reps have arrived to talk. Are you student reps? You're our student reps. Daniel, you're talking about the club. You're next. Yeah? Go on. You're right to talk? Would you like to introduce yourself? And you're here as a student rep? Yeah, okay. Are you right to talk? Thank you. Are you right to introduce yourself and talk about what your student reps do? All right. Okay, introduce yourself and talk about what the student reps do. Yeah. Was it you that I had? Yeah. Okay, so how do you want to work it? How do you want to do it?
All right. My name's Donna, and I'm a student representative for the Bachelor of...
Come this way, because you need to be on the camera. Yep, that's fine.
All right. So my name's Donna, and I'm a student representative for the Bachelor of Health Science. Basically, what we do is we're a voice for the students, and you can come to us if you have any issues, and we'll talk to Rowena and Jane and try and come up with a solution. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Yangzi. I'm from Nepal, and I'm here for the Bachelor in Health Sciences. Thank you.
I'll just talk about how we meet with you. Okay. So one of the things that Rowena and I do as the course coordinator and student engagement coordinator is, one, have informal communication with the student reps as issues come up, but also we meet with the student reps 2 or 3 times a year just to talk through any issues and try and plan some things that will be useful to students. One of the key achievements that Daniel will talk about in a minute that previous student representatives have achieved was to actually develop the Bachelor of Health Sciences student club with FUSA. So up until a couple of years ago, there was no club or society for health science students. So Daniel and the team who were student reps at the time worked really hard on that, and Daniel will talk about that in a minute. But there'll be information about how to contact student reps on the BHS General Information Flow site, and you can talk to them, but you can also talk to us directly. Is that fair? Okay, good. Thank you very much. And also for some of your topics, there'll be a call for topic reps as well. So topic coordinators will be keen to have students from the cohort taking the topic each semester who can act as student representatives that they can talk to and with on behalf of the student body as well. So I encourage you to think about becoming involved in those representative roles. And Daniel, who I've mentioned already, I'll get Daniel Cogan, who is a current student, to come up and chat to you about the club.
No worries. So hi, I'm Daniel. I'm a second year health science student here, and I'm also the president of the Health Science Club. What it means is that we have started the club for the degree as well. We get merch and we do an events a couple of years. You'll get to follow us over there on the link. We have an Instagram page, a Facebook page, but also you can also sign up as a member to get some exclusive deals and also to get some information about what we do once a year. So we have some ideas to do maybe a pub crawl or a quiz night in semester 2. So definitely keep yourself updated with our club details to see where it is. Do you guys have any questions? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, sure. So I came to Flinders last year, straight from Year 12. Knew a bit about uni, like how everything goes, but it was definitely a bit different than high school. It's a lot of studying by yourself, watching lectures, doing your assignments, reading materials, which you don't usually read. But I think as a positive wisdom is having your time set up correctly. So time management is very crucial. Like, yes, you're studying part-time or full-time and it may be a bit overwhelming, but don't forget to do things that you love. Go out to do some sports, go out with your friends, have some fun, but also study and achieve your best. That's pretty much university.
Any questions as a news commencer that you have for Daniel as pretty much a seasoned, halfway through your BHS now?
Pretty much.
A seasoned BHS student. Can't ask them in front of the staff.
I think if you guys do have any questions popping up while you do your degree, if it's related to the topic or related to the degree by itself, there's a lot of points to contact your staff as well. So if it's in regards to your topic, you're always welcome to contact your tutor or send them an email or even the topic coordinator, and they reply pretty quickly. If you have questions about your degree, when it would lead you up, anything about your timetables or some study plans as well, you can email Jane or Rwanda and they'll give you a hand pretty quickly as well. So I think key things to take is if you have any questions, make sure to reach out because the help is there.
Thank you.
There we go.
I've already said that the three most important things are to ask questions, ask questions, ask questions. So thank you for reiterating that. Thank you, Daniel. Jessie.
Hi everyone. Welcome to our week, semester 2 at Flinders in Health Sciences. It's great to see you here. My name is Jessie. My pronouns are she, her. I also respond to they, them. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. I'm a senior lecturer here in the Health Sciences team, and so I teach into the program. You may see me in classes in Indigenous Health for Health Sciences in semester 2. I'm also have another hat, which is co-chair of the Flinders Uni Pride Network, alongside my fabulous co-chair, Steph Walker, who works in the Flinders University Student Association. So the Pride Network is for staff and students, so we work really hard to support students and staff across the university and across our campuses. And we are committed, this is our flashy vision statement, we're committed to creating a safe and affirming university for our LGBTQIA+ community, and that means students and staff and everyone that we work with. So what do? We have a combination of things. We do celebratory stuff, so you'll probably look out for our campus Wear It Purple events in August that it will be popping up around the place. So we do celebratory stuff to really celebrate our community and support our community and get some visibility happening around Flinders Uni. But we also do some of the harder, maybe not quite so sexy work around policies and practices at the university to try and get change happening to make sure that Flinders is safe and accountable, as safe and accountable as possible. That said, things aren't perfect yet. We're working on lots of stuff behind the scenes. So when I introduced myself with my pronouns, that's a bit of role modelling to encourage you to do the same thing in your classes, using your pronouns, making sure that you make it clear to people how you prefer to be identified in terms of your name and your pronouns. Makes other people feel that they can safely talk about their preferred name and also what their pronouns are. And that means that people who are gender diverse can feel appropriately identified and be appropriately identified by their peers and by us as staff in particular. So for you folks thinking about how things happen in classrooms, for example, we haven't got all the systems worked out yet. So you might find if you put in, say for example, you have a different preferred name to your legal name, and that can be the case for a whole range of reasons. You can go into the student system and change your preferred name. But at the moment, you might find pockets around the different systems that you log into where that doesn't filter through. We know that's a problem. It's not great, and we apologise for that. The university is working behind the scenes to try and get it happening so that if you change your preferred name, it appears everywhere. But at the moment, it might not. So you might find yourself in a class where a tutor or staff member has printed off a list or has a list that doesn't quite reflect the preferred names of everyone in the class. Hopefully the staff will be wise to that and will make sure that they ask for your preferred names and also for your pronouns. But if they don't, and if you have a different name and a pronoun that you'd like to alert the staff member, please let them know. You can do that by private email if you prefer, or obviously if you feel comfortable, just go up to them in class and let them know. So as I say, things aren't perfect, but we're working really hard to get things happening at uni. If there is anything that you see that isn't that you feel uncomfortable about, or that is that is not supportive of LGBTQIA+ community, please email us at pride@flinders.edu.au. You can use the QR code that will take you through to a Linktree page that's got some different links and our email address on there too. Sorry, I think I dropped off the email when I was making the slide look nice yesterday. But it's easy, it's just pride@flinders.edu.au. So we're always taking feedback. If you see anything that you want to give some feedback on, please contact us and we'll be in touch. And so the people on the other end of that email are myself and Steph. Steph is a really friendly face up at FUSA, so if you're up on main campus and you're attending the Flinders University Student Association, they're a great group of advocates who work on behalf of students, and so feel free to drop in there too. Steph asked me to let you know that. Thanks everyone, and look forward to seeing you around the campus this semester.
Thank you, Jessie. So you've already met Rowena in wearing her hat as topic coordinator for Human Bioscience, and now she'd like to say, well, I'd like her to say a few words with her hat as student engagement coordinator. Put your things down.
Okay, so hi again. So as Jane said, I'm also student engagement coordinator. Maybe you're asking yourself, so what does it mean? So how I'm gonna be able as well to help you? But before, if you want to as well, you can record or just this email, which is bhs.sec@flinders.edu.au. But before I'm going to tell you about what's my role, I'm going to just go through a nice story, which is named as SSE. So in this case, you can call it as C, which is the Student and Staff Expectations and Experiences Project, which in reality investigated the gap between student expectations of university and their actual experiences in their first year at uni. So you can see from this photo that it is the gap when you finished your high school and now you are at uni. So is it the same? Do you have same expectations or not? Now keep in mind that this study was funded by 3 South Australian universities, UniSA, Adelaide Uni and Flinders University. And around more than 10,000 students and also staff, they completed these surveys. So the main reason I'm going to talk about this is that we know a few things that's going to be very important for you, and especially that you are first-year students. And it's better, as we say, that forewarned is forearmed. So we want you to be prepared from now so that later on you're not going to be surprised. So based on this study, in reality what they found is that most of the first year students that they were surveyed, they had unrealistic expectations about how much time university would require. Now, you just finished high school maybe, or you've got gap year, or maybe just a career change you've got now. And you've got an idea how many hours you need to study per topic. Hopefully you didn't see the slide, you didn't read everything. Any guesses? Have a guess, between 1 till 24 hours. So how many hours do you think per week you need just to put aside just for your topic, each topic? 10 hours, okay. Anyone else? 12, okay. You've got an idea why you came up with this guess? You've read it? No. Okay, yeah, okay. So you're right. So in reality, based on the study, they did find that the recommended amount of study for university subjects is 6 to 10 hours per week per subject. So if you are a full-time student, means that you are enrolled in 4 topics. So 4 topics, multiply them by 10 hours, therefore you've got 40 hours. So it is equivalent to a full-time job. So don't expect that just attending your session on campus, it's going to be enough. There are still other associated work you are required to do, whether doing your reading, watching the lecture, also preparing for your assignment, or even if you've got a quiz or a final exam. Now, according as well to this study, that they found over half of the survey respondents, they found that school didn't adequately prepare them for university study. So they thought that when they attended uni, everything will be the same. The teacher will look after them, will provide them with everything they need. Even some students that I find, even during my, the topic that I coordinate, they email me, can you please have a look at my draft for my assignment? Nah, it's totally different. At uni, we can't have a look at your draft for your assignment. There are going to be other services within Flinders that will be able to help you to have a look at your draft. However, if you're still at high school, there's going to be someone, your teacher, will be able to provide you with feedback on your draft. So high school is different from university. And this is what they found, that students, they thought, it's going to be the same, high school, same as uni, and it is not. So 71% of continuing students as well, they reported that the standard of university work is different or extremely different to school work. Because in reality, at high school, you're going to be given, as I mentioned, everything. However, within at uni, you're going to be the one that's trying to dig and search for the information. We'll provide you pathways and links, but you need to do it. You're going to be more responsible, independent learning. And this is what we're trying to teach you, so that after you finish your degree, it's not that it's done. You are still, we're trying to give you the skills that required, so that after it's done, you've done your degree, you're still an active learner. So also in terms of the university, so as I said, it's going to be different. The standard of work is different. And you are required to do more for themselves. You need to do the work that's required from you. Whether before you're attending your session, you need to do the required readings, you need to access the lectures, you watch them. Maybe as well you'll find with several topics that you need as well to do extra work. So for example, with bioscience, before you're going to attend your session, you need to do the readings. You need also to watch the lecture. Also, you're going to need to label the diagrams and the images in your workbook, and then you attend your session. For example, for online students, they're going to need to complete their workbook, and then they attend their drop-in session. So it's not that we're going to be just showing you this is the answer. Now you need to dig and find the answer, but later on we'll be assuring you and making it clear whether you've done or you've got the right answer or not. So the project, as I mentioned here again, so over 2 over 3 of the new university students still believe in reality that their university teachers will provide all the materials, and this is not true, okay? So in reality, you will need to learn to source information yourself. So for example, when you're gonna have maybe any assignment within the topics you are enrolled, you're gonna need to go to Flinders library as Flinders find it, and then you need to find peer review articles to use it in your assignment. We're not going to provide you these articles that you need to use, but we're gonna give you the skills how to search for the information. Now, again, as I mentioned, so this project, so this is just a very brief summary about what did they find in the project. And this work was funded by a grant from the Office of Learning and Teaching with the assistance of Flinders UniSA and Adelaide Uni. Now, so my tips for you, and still you don't know what's going to be my role, so this is going to be at the end. So what makes a good student? So based on this study and based on our experience, first step, it's going to be motivation. And motivation, it's going to come from you. So you should have this motivation. You've got a dream job, a dream career, you're going to try to achieve it. Organization. So being organized is a very important skill you need to keep in mind. So in this case, you need to have a clear plan every day what you're going to do. So it's not that just attending your session and done. You still need to make it clear that after you finish, you're gonna set a time aside to finalize maybe your lab report for bioscience, maybe to start reviewing literature for maybe for research study skills. You're gonna have an essay assignment. So these are a few things. Also preparation. So as I mentioned, just as example about human bioscience, which as well gonna be same with other topics. Before you attend, you're gonna need to access your Canvas topic. If it is on Canvas, you need to have a look on, for example, Module 1, what are the main reminders, what are the main things you need to do during, for example, week 1. So watching lectures, accessing readings. Also, maybe you're gonna find with other topics, before you're gonna attend, you need to complete an online quiz. Otherwise, you can't attend your session or your lab session. So preparation is also very important. And it's not just attending your session is the main thing as well. So you need as well to be engaged, whether it's gonna be when you attend your lab session or tutorial session. You need to engage with your peers, with your tutor, as well in terms of the material that's gonna be available. And I mean by engagement, participate with discussion and in terms of the experiments you're going to do. It's not that attending your session, just sitting down, that's it, no. Also in terms of commitment and the drive, you need to be committed that you're gonna need to do your assignment, you're gonna be responsible for what's required from you. Also you need to believe in yourselves that you'll be able to make it, nothing gonna stop you. And willing to seek help. And here, when I refer to willing to seek help, always keep in mind, if you need any help, always approach us and ask it. And this is gonna be in reality my role. So don't feel afraid that, nah, I forgot, I can't reach the due date of my assignment, and then just, you don't email your topic coordinator. So make sure that you email the topic coordinator, you let us know about what's going on. Maybe you've got other family circumstances that preventing you from submitting your assignment. Let us know, email us, and maybe as well email me, and I'll be able to meet with you and provide you with support, okay? So don't just stand back or then say, no, I'm not gonna do anything. And later on when it is week 12, you contact us, sorry, I had a lot of problems, and that's why I wasn't able to engage or submit any of the assignments. Then it's gonna be too late to support you. So, also, another things, and later on I'm gonna talk more about how I'll be able to support you. We don't want you just to focus just on your study. We wanna as well make sure that you've got life-study balance, and also if you're working as well. So make friends when you're gonna attend your sessions, and today we hope that you're gonna start this process. Talk to your family and loved ones about your study commitments. So for example, with bioscience, you're gonna be able to explore the human body, whether about the nervous system, the skeletal system, the muscular system. You're gonna also have nice case studies, and you're gonna be surprised how all the body systems, they are connected. So if you know someone may be celiac, later on you're gonna know about what type of tests can be done, about the function of the heart, about ECG. So later on, whenever you run any experiment, go and speak with your family or members that maybe they've got this condition, or just discuss it. Engage in your classes, watch lectures, do tutorials, do readings, attend your tutorial sessions. Spend time on campus. So we don't like it that you attend your session and then I'm gonna go back home, or that's it, done. Now, stay on campus, engage with the services that are available, as well with your friends. Also, allocate sufficient time for study, which is I mentioned before. So not only just a life without a balance with your uni. So make sure you maintain this balance. Time management, and this is what Daniel mentioned, it's very important to have a good time management. And if you think that you lack this skill, let me know, and I'll be able to refer you to the services available within Flinders so that they can teach you and help you in terms of time management, which is going to be very essential to be able to achieve and submit all your assignments based on the due date. Also, if you are a full-time student, please don't work too much. I know that you're gonna need, still you've got expenses you need to maintain, but don't work more than 15 hours per week, especially if you are a full-time student. It's gonna be very hard. At one stage, maybe you're gonna think, now I'm gonna drop my session and then I'm gonna work. So think about it. You invest in these 3 years, 4 years, you're done, and then you can work as much as you can. And you'll be able to work any type of work that's going to be less hard. It's going to be more maybe mental and maybe better maybe income. But in case working is essential for you, okay, so leave your job, but try to make sure that you still got this balance and you're still on track to finish your degree on time and you're not putting your study behind. Now, again, ask for help in case you need it. And this is what Jane said, ask. So always question us. So send us questions. So what's my role? So if you need support in your studies, if you need help, rather than dropping out or struggling yourself and without knowing that you really need help, please seek help. And seek help early. And this is my job. So as a student engagement coordinator, my job is to support you, as well in terms of course planning, family or financial issues you've got, then I'll be able to support you in terms of refer you to the proper services within Flinders. Student advice, if maybe you think, should I drop one topic or I shouldn't, so I'll be able as well to help you. Academic issues. If you've got any issues as well, you can arrange, you can email me, and I'm happy to meet with you face-to-face or online. Also to access university support services, whether about counseling services or disability services. So this is my role as a student engagement coordinator. So I'm Ruwaida Slim, and you've got my email, which is the preferred method or way to contact me. Now, also in terms of, because we want you not only to support you in terms of your study, also your safety is our priority. So if you experience or witness unexpected behavior or harassment, please make a confidential register. And I'm gonna discuss this one soon. So you can do it either online, you search for safety on campus, and one of the things that you can find this one in case, if you go to the student, once you log in into the student service on the website, you'll be able to find here as well report sexual assault and sexual harassment, okay? So this is one of the ways to report it, and it's gonna be confidential. Another way is to email student.eo@flinders.edu.au. But with the report, if you do it online as just reporting it, all the staff within the safety, they're gonna receive an email, something going on, instead of maybe just sending an email for student EO. So this is also one of the ways, but the other one, as straight away on the website, we're gonna receive an email, everyone will receive an email. Or you can straight away call the security on this number, which is very important that whatever you find, maybe you're gonna need just to be you're leaving uni, it's very dark, and you're not feeling safe. So it's not as safety related about sexual harassment or sexual assault. Maybe it's just you're not feeling safe because it's very dark, you parked your car a bit far. You can call Flinders Security and they will be able to escort you to your car. Okay? Maybe you find something suspicious on campus. Straight away, call the security and they will be able to come and make sure that you are safe. So making a report doesn't initiate a complaint. It is the first step to offer you confidential support and information on what we can do next and how we can help you. Now, because you deserve to feel safe and supported, one of the other hats that I wear is that I'm the co-team leader for something we called Respect Now and Always. So Respect Now and Always, the aim of this group, it is the first word group, and it is within Australia. It's been done by the University of Australia. So it includes several universities, and the aim is to raise awareness for sexual assault and sexual harassment, and also increase visibility in terms of the available support. So across this campus, and also maybe as well on the main campus, you'll be able to see these flyers, okay? And these flyers, now, I'm sorry about that, they are very gendered flyers. Maybe you're gonna think, yeah, they're not very interactive, but they're gonna be an approach to change them. Just when you look, yeah, you think the male, female, that's it, okay? But in reality, if you have a look on these flyers, and this is what you're gonna find, one of them mentioned that I felt unsafe on campus, so I called security. So this is as well the number for security. And if you feel unsafe, you can find this barcode and scan it, and which is the same way as the one on the website, and we'll be able to receive an email notification, something going wrong, okay? Now, another flyer, which gonna be, I saw them being harassed, so I stepped in, then reported it. So if you find something going wrong, please let us know. Don't just be a bystander, aside, I'm not gonna report it, let them, whatever happened to them. So be responsible and tell the harassers they need to stop, and straight away call the Flinders University, Flinders Security, and you can as well scan the code. Even if you are the person, thank you so much, even if you are the person, and hopefully not, you've been in a situation unsafe, let us know, okay? Now you'll be saying then what you're gonna do. So in reality, there's gonna be available support for victims and survivors of sexual assault. And our aim, not for this stuff to happen, and that's why you're gonna find next month, there's gonna be a campaign asking all students to do consent matter training, and also a bystander training, how to support someone being assaulted, okay? And in terms as well for consent, how to say no. So even touching you, no one has the permission to touch you without your permission, okay? So these things gonna as well, the training for bystander is available. And I think maybe new students, you've received an email. In case not, you're gonna find posters as well across campus with the barcode, and you'll be able as well to collect horizon points, which gonna be good for you to add it to your resume. And in terms of consent matter, there's gonna be a campaign next month and an event on campus, and you'll be able as well to do this training. So in terms of available support, we've got Flinders University Health and Counseling and Disability. They will be able to support you. It's going to be everything confidential. We've got the National Assault, Family and Domestic Violence Counseling number, Yarrow Place, and hopefully they're going to have a presence with us next month. In terms of support for victims and survivors of sexual harassment, again, the Flinders University Health Counseling and Disability, the Office of the Commissioner for Equal Opportunity, and they provide support. Also, you've got After Our Flinders Security Escort. So this is the number that I mentioned. Please make sure you save it on your phone. You don't know, you might need it. Maybe you're leaving uni, you've got a flat tire, and you're feeling unsafe. Maybe you're going to see koala coming close to you, and maybe you've got phobia. Okay, so you don't like animals to be next to you. So call the security. They're gonna come. They're gonna be so quick, and they're gonna be next to you within minutes. Also, we've got the Equal, this is the one, and this is the email that you use in case you wanna report any case. So this is in terms of safety on campus. So we want you as well to feel safe and respected, not only to come and study. Also, and this is what I mentioned in terms of health counseling and disability services, what services they can provide you. You'll be able to see a doctor or a nurse. You can chat with a counselor, and everything will be confidential. You can talk with disability advisor about studying with a health or mental health condition. So they will be able to give you an access plan so that you can be given extra few days on your assignment, up to 7 days. Also, you'll be able to access self-help resources. So make sure later on you save these details on your phone. Also, we've got within Flinders Oasis. So other than being safe, being respected, we're going to support you with your study. We want you as well in terms of what your well-being is important for us. So Oasis it is on the Bedford Park campus is a student community well-being center focused on supporting the physical, emotional, social, spiritual needs for students so you can achieve academic and personal success. So they've got the Flinders Community Market, they've got conversation groups, they've got as well mental fitness program, mindful yoga. So make sure that you access the resources, and you can as well follow them on Facebook. So you can later on, when we upload these slides, you can access it through the barcode as well. Also, as Jessie mentioned in terms of diversity, so diversity, we want to make sure everyone feeling safe, whatever their cultural background, or whatever the way they want to be identified. So Flinders University actively promotes awareness of and respect for the diversity of staff as well as students. So the services will be, we've got prayer rooms even within this campus. You'll find them at the level 3 and 4 within the South building. The conversation group, equal opportunity advisors, Pride Network that Jessie mentioned, and Good Vibes experiments. And you'll find more if you want to go to students.flinders.au/support. And this is about what I'm going to present, or how I'll be able to help you. And I wish you all the best. Any questions before I hand it back to Jane? Okay. So do not forget, reach out as soon as possible. Don't leave it till the end.
That bit of advice from Rowena is really important. The earlier, if things aren't going as planned for the semester or for a topic, the earlier that you talk to either your tutor, a topic coordinator, Rowena or myself, or contact one of the other services on campus, the better the chances that we can help you to get back on track. Can I just make another comment about the security number? So if you're coming on campus at all, I reiterate Roweda's advice to put the security number into your phone. And hopefully you'll never need it for this purpose, but one of the important uses of the security number is if you ever need to call in an emergency service, you also need to call security, and security will meet the emergency services at the entrance and escort them to the place that they need to go to. So making that second phone call to security, make sure that they're there at the entrance and can escort those emergency service workers to the right place on campus, because Flinders is a great campus to get lost on. Okay, so clubs and societies. We've already met Daniel, who's the president of the Health Sciences Association. FUSA is the Flinders University Student Association. FUSA is funded from your student amenities fee. They're a service that's provided by students for students. There are a number of clubs and societies in addition to the Health Sciences Club run by FUSA. Some of them are academic focused, many of them are organised around social or other interests that students have. So I encourage you to have a look there and see if there's anything that looks like it might be your tribe. FUSA also provides information, advice and advocacy for students as well. So they're a great place to go to get help if you want help interpreting policies, or you feel that something's not quite right in some aspect of your studies or things that are happening with the university, and they will give you really straightforward, student-focused advice about your rights and what action you can take if there's an issue that you want addressed. So I strongly recommend that you get to know FUSA, one, for the clubs and societies, two, because they're there to have your back. Okay, I've talked briefly about flow and Canvas, and from what I could tell in the room, most of the people in the room seem quite comfortable about finding topics and topic information, which is great. And for those of you who are watching the live stream or the recording, if you have not located your information about your topics on either Canvas or Flow yet, and you need help, I recommend that you do that in the first instance through the University Support Services. But if you're really struggling, Rowena or I will be able to help you find an entry point for those. And I have a task related to the Library World Quiz to follow up on at the end of the session. Okay, so I recommend that you spend some time looking around those sites and getting to know them, and getting to know the different expectations for each topic. Okay, orientation used to be 1 week, a week, and we still have a week, but the orientation program at Flinders now runs over 4 weeks, and each week will have a different theme, and each of those themes has been built working closely with students to try and provide really useful and timely support for students who are commencing at Flinders each semester. So you'll find that over the first 4 weeks of semester, the university will roll out via email activities for you to participate in to help you to settle into study here. Okay, there's a bunch of videos that are available online that I encourage you to watch in your own time as well, and they're in the student portal. If you click on orientation, you'll find all of those resources there. So next week will be Connect Week, so that will be a week in which the university will work at all levels, right down through to topics, to try and help you to make the connections that will be useful for you at university. Where we operate, those connections are really between you and your tutors and your topic coordinators, and perhaps Rowena and I, but particularly between you and other students. Rowena talked about making friends. One of the things that we do know about success at university is that it's more likely to happen if you have good networks with other students. So your tutors in classes will probably have a series of really naff activities for you to try and get you to introduce yourself to other students and start to find people in your classes who you can form those networks with and work with. So there'll be a few things next week that you'll receive information about, but you can also be proactive and go online and have a look for information about those and start thinking about how you might plan some of those into your diary next week if you're interested. Okay, and Unify is a program that links to that Connect theme. This is a program to help students to find other people at the university that have similar interests or are looking for networks or friendships. A lot of people who come to Flinders have moved from interstate or overseas, may not know anybody else in Adelaide apart from the people that they meet in classes or when they go shopping. So this is a great opportunity for students in that situation. But if you're an Adelaide person, we have lots of international and interstate students in our programs, and this is a great opportunity for you also to expand your networks as well. Okay. Please be sure that you keep an eye on your student email account. We say to check it at least a couple of times a week, and in the early part of the semester I recommend that you do it more regularly than that because there's just a lot more going on, a lot more communication. And Ask Flinders is a great place to start if you need something general that's bigger than your topic, bigger than your course, general university information level help. And even if you think it might be related to your topic or your course, but you're not sure who to ask, if you lodge a request with Ask Flinders, they'll find the right person to help you with that as well. So they're your first port of call for big picture questions, but they're also your safety net if you're not sure who to ask. And join FUSA. The Student Association is a great organisation. I can't speak too highly about it. Okay, so that's all of the talking that we have planned for today. I'm going to say goodbye to the people who are watching the live stream or watching the recording, and thank you for either coming along online or watching the recording later. We all look forward to seeing you in class, either online or in person, over the course of the semester. So thank you and goodbye, and I'm going to stop the recording now.